We're
Yeah.
going to go ahead and switch over to the Eagles-Panthers game. The Eagles, uh, I was big on Jalen Hurts coming into this year. I think an offense based around him, with a head coach that is, 100% Jalen, you're our guy, you're our leader. I was excited for him, and he put together a nice game. He didn't have a touchdown. He had 198 yards, threw 22 for 37. Not necessarily the best game, but they got the win. Miles Sanders led the team in rushing with 11 attempts and 45 yards. He didn't have a touchdown either. Jalen Hurts, however, I said he didn't score a touchdown. He didn't throw for a touchdown. He did run for two though, and that was 12 of their 21 points. What do you think of that Eagles offense?
I think Hertz has had a great year so far. It's hard to argue that. I mean, you can even look at fantasy points, and he's putting up more than a lot of top quarterbacks almost every week, depending on the league you're in. So it's hard to argue how great he's been to start the year. I think him being there has helped get the Eagles' offense going a little bit more. So I think in the end, it was a great draft pick by the Eagles, and we're gonna start seeing that a lot more as this season goes on.
No, definitely. With them building around Jalen Hurts, he's not had a bad, like what you said, he's not having a bad season at all. Other than the one where he ran into a buzzsaw in Dallas, if you don't count that game, he's had a really good year. And I think this would be a statement win for the Eagles, beating a really good team in the Panthers, who's only going to get better as they get healthier with Gilmore and CMC coming back later. But yeah, I think Jalen Hurts is the future for fans. They should be happy that he is under center and not Carson Wentz anymore.
100%. Just to throw these stats your guys' way, Hertz has 1,167 passing yards this season with 7 passing touchdowns and 2 picks. So he didn't have a great game against the Panthers, but he threw for one of his 2 picks in a game that was against one of the top defenses in the league. You know, the Panthers were without Horn. Uh, he's still injured, if I'm not mistaken. Uh,
He's supposed to be injured through into December, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeesh. Yeah, that's why they got C.J. Henderson and Stephon Gilmore. Whenever Gilmore comes back, that'll be nuts.
That
But
defense has the potential to be top five in the league, maybe top three, if they can all stay healthy.
100%. So the Panthers, they traded for the quarterback over the offseason, Sam Darnold. He had a touchdown and 3 picks in Sunday's game. Not necessarily the type of performance that you expect from a quarterback that you just made a pretty big deal for.
Yeah,
Uh,
Sam's played pretty well this year, all things considered, but that performance was the Sam Darnold we all know, and I won't say love because we don't love that unless you're in that division.
yeah, unless you're in that division, or I guess an Eagles fan. Chuba Hubbard stepped up, 24 attempts for 101 yards, just getting over that 100-yard mark. He averaged 4.2 a carry. He looks like I liked him coming out of college. I thought he was a really great college back. I think he can fit in nice, kind of like that Mike Davis role from last year. Hopefully, yeah, obviously, we want to see CMC healthy, but I don't know how much you can bank on that. He doesn't necessarily have injury history, if you exclude last year and this year, but it's starting to look like that might be a trend. Hopefully not, but what's your guys' take on that?
Colby,
I
I'll let
like
you.
what I like what Carolina's done back in their backfield, having a nice little 1-2 punch. But the team obviously, I mean, Sam Darnold is going to look like his days back with the Jets whenever you don't have CMC in the backfield. I mean, he also does have the DJ Moore is having a phenomenal year, so I can also see like where like you could like put that together where he should have been able to carry them over a Philadelphia Eagles defense that's not been as holding up to their standard that they would like to be on.
Right, and I think it's important to say this that last year the Panthers, even without CMC, had four players above 1,000 yards of scrimmage, whether that be rushing, passing, or both. And that was DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, and Mike Davis. Now that now that they don't have Samuel or Davis, they have to find new people to fill those roles. And it looks like Hubbard will definitely be that fill in for Davis. So, and DJ Moore, like you said, Colby, is having a great year. I'm happy that he's having such a good year. He's a wide receiver I enjoy to watch, no matter who the quarterback is, because he's always going to get you those stats, and it's just not a lot of people are going to sit and see that.
100%. I have a question before we change topics about the Panthers. Where in the hell has Robbie Anderson been? Where's he been?
He's been quiet.
I can't answer that. I don't understand. You'd think that with Sam Darnold having the whole New York Jets thing that they would be already on page together, but it just seems like Sam Darnold's just not looking his way, just for
Yeah,
whatever reason.
And I mean, the offense is definitely more run oriented, especially if CMC is there. You know, like that's obvious. But if you have, like I said, he had 1,000 yards of from scrimmage last year, in both running and passing combined, is what I mean. So why not get him the ball? He's a great number 2 receiver. He'd be contending for a number 1 receiver on some teams in the league. Why not get him the ball, Sam?
this year, Robbie has 12 receptions for 179 yards and 1 touchdown. Insane stuff. That really surprised me. I thought Robbie was going to be the number 1 in Carolina. I put a fantasy draft pick on that bet, and I've lost so far. I think I dropped him like last week.
That is why I took DJ Moore.
Yeah.